Every single day with OJC. On top of that, best news of all things, we're giving away a free bottle of OJC to everybody in the listening audience. Now, plenty of them say that they're organic juice blends to fix everything, but they also need to be a compelling part of the solution. In fact, the organic juice blend is one of the highest product series launched probably the last 10 years. Everybody knows how hot juicy is these days, and OJC is really organic juicy made with them. So tell everybody about the organic juice blends, or what you call it, quote-unquote, game changing. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, you know that juicing is sweet in the nation. You know it's super healthy, but the problem is, you know, it's messy and it's hassle. It takes a long time to find the place to clean it. And that's why I created the organic juice blend. Easy way to get more organic fruits and vegetables into your system every single day. Each super-sized scoop of that
All right, round two. Welcome to the Comedy News Network. My name is Joseph Rogers, and I am here to announce live upcoming comedy events this week for you. It is also my birthday today, so I figured I would do a special live stream. As you can see down below, I have all the shows coming up this week on this fancy little thing that I made for this. And also up here, you have the option to send me a Venmo for my birthday, and I will give you a roast or a compliment. If you Venmo me any dollar amount and put roast or compliment in the details, I will do my best to give you what you paid for, a roast or a compliment. I will have you know that I am terrible at both. I have lost multiple roast battles that I've been in. And whenever I try to compliment somebody, I have a hard time with that. Not because I'm an asshole or anything, but maybe I'm an asshole, I don't know. But I just want to say this is a special live stream. I'm turning 44 today, which is pretty cool, I guess. Except for the fact that I got bit by a hobo spider the other day. So I'm dealing with that. That's not fun. Go figure, I get bit by a fucking hobo spider, bro. Anyway, yeah, so I'm excited about the live comedy events that we have coming up this week. I'm also excited about my neighbor fucking building something over there. That's pretty cool. Hats off to you for fucking doing shit. I'm just going to wait for you to get done with whatever project you're doing, and I'm going to call the city of Bremerton and see if it was actually permitted and legit. But I'll wait till you're finished. I'm not an asshole, so. Anyway. Live comedy events this week, starting tonight, September 4th, Thursday. We have live open mic comedy at Remedy Speakeasy, and that's going to be hosted by Allison Rose, the owner of Remedy Speakeasy. And the sign up for that is 7:30, and all levels of experience welcome. Come out, tell some jokes. Let tonight be your first time doing stand-up comedy. You can talk about whatever you want. Talk about your funniest story, or tell dad jokes, or tell jokes that your grandpa told you when you were a kid. I don't give a fuck anymore. At this point, you can come out to the open mic and say whatever you want. I don't care. If you say something wild and weird and crazy, then that's a you thing. So that's consequences you're gonna have to deal with. Yeah. So maybe don't say anything, but you know what I mean. Fucking yeah. Just come out and have a good time. Open mic comedy every Wednesday night at Remedy Speakeasy at 8 p.m. Sign up at 7:30. All right, let's see if we got any viewers or Venmos for a roast or compliment. This might be rough. It seems like everybody's struggling nowadays. Yeah, everyone's afraid of the recession because Bitcoin's crashing a little bit, Nvidia's crashing a little bit. I ain't scared. Okay, so we had covered Wednesday for the Tonight event. And now, up next tomorrow, Thursday, is the official day that I'll be celebrating my birthday. My brother's supposed to come out. It is his birthday. His birthday is on September 5th. Mine's on September 4th. We've always been a year apart, which is pretty shitty because I stopped getting presents when he was born, so that was cool. But he's going to come out tomorrow. We're going to celebrate together at Eden Nightclub. The show starts at 8 p.m., doors at 7:30. We have Jojo Blanco closing out the show. Paul Goodwin and Billy Campbell will be featuring with a guest set from Allison Rose. And I will be hosting. And so far we have sold 1 ticket. And the show is tomorrow. And out of all of the shows we put on this year, I don't think there's ever been one where I was down to 1 ticket before the day of the show. And it's also my birthday show, so it's like, cool, whatever. Try not to take it personal. I know everyone's got shit to do. It's also the opening day for foosball, I guess, if you watch that. I used to watch the foosballs, but the referees ruined it for me, if I'm going to be completely honest. I grew up watching foosball in the 80s and 90s, so back then you could pretty much get away with whatever you wanted, and it was a much more exciting game, let's just say that. So friendly reminder, if you want to send a birthday tip on my Venmo at Comedy in Kitsap, I will give you the option to be roasted or complimented. You just have to leave in the note what you would like, roast or compliment. And if you tip me larger than $20, I will tell you my favorite story of you. Yeah, so if you want to hear what my favorite story of you is, and maybe the best time we had, or just something in general about you that I really like that you want me to expose to the whole world on the live stream, here we are right here. I can be bought. Let's just say that. All right, so we got 1 viewer, and I think that's me. So I don't know if I count as a viewer or not on this, but yeah, I just appreciate everybody that's been supporting me over the years on this comedy journey that has been nothing less than exciting, exhilarating, and mentally exhausting. But you know what? It's the beauty of the game. You gotta grind it out until you bust it out. You know what I mean, ladies? Okay, getting off track again. Sorry, I got a double ear infection I'm dealing with as well. It makes me kind of weird, but yeah. Friday, Dog Days Brewery. We do comedy there every Friday at 7 p.m. We have the very funny Alex Elkin headlining that show, and we also have Brock Toronto, Thomas Friday, and Morgan Colas on that show. So that's going to be a hoot, and I really hope that you guys can come down for that. That's also the first Friday art walk downtown Bremerton, where everybody gets together and enjoys each other's artistic portrayals. And it's a very cool thing that we do here in downtown Bremerton, put together by a bunch of local businesses and just supporting our local artists. And believe it or not, stand-up comedy is art. So when you go to see all these different arts on the wall, photography, paintings, and whatever, you mosey on down to Dog Days and you hear us talking about our junk. That's art, baby. That's art. That's all I gotta say about that. And yeah, so support all forms of art. And come on down to Dog Days Brewery on Friday at 7 p.m. It's going to be a very good comedy show. I'm very excited about it. And I would love to see some familiar faces there. All right, that's Friday. Now, Saturday, we have 2 comedy events going on. We have one locally here in Bremerton at the new Daily Reggae Cafe at 7 p.m. I am super excited about that. That it used to be the High Fidelity Lounge, used to be Lucy's Watering Hole, used to be Iron Horse, used to be the Dugout, and now finally it's the Daily Reggae Cafe. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't been in there yet, it feels so much better than it ever has. Like, there's been so many previous owners, but when you go in there and you see what they've done with that space and how they've utilized it optimally, it's absolutely beautiful. The food is amazing. The drinks are amazing. I mean, you have to check it out. And now we're doing live comedy there again, which we were doing a long time ago when it was all those other bars and owners. And it was one of our favorite spots to do comedy. And they also do music there all the time. So it's like, now it's Daily Reggae Cafe. They do music and comedy. And we are going to do our second show there this Saturday at 7 p.m. We have Jess Everett headlining that. And you do not want to miss that. He is one of my favorite comedians, hands down. And we also have Dennis Reed featuring the lead singer of Rising of the Tides, who had finally put on their first official show at the Charleston Theater. So congratulations to Dennis and your band for getting that going. And also we have Janelle Chavera and John Ludwig on the show. And they are going to run that show at Daily Reggae Cafe, and that's going to be at 7 p.m. So you go ahead and check that out. Have a good time. Enjoy live comedy. We also have the Dope Show in Port Angeles that day at 7:30. I will be guest hosting the Dope Show at the Meta Room, and we have an amazing lineup of comedians for that as well. So if you're anywhere in Port Townsend, Port Angeles, or surrounding areas, and you want to come out to the Meta Room in Port Angeles to see the Dope Show this Saturday at 7:30, please come on out. I'll be guest hosting. And for those of you that don't know what the Dope Show is, it's a show where comedians perform a sober set, and then they go on stage and attempt a high set. So they get nice and ripped after their sober set, and then they do more comedy under the influence of cannabis, and it is for educational purposes. So yeah, come on out and support the Dope Show in Port Angeles at 7:30 at the Meta Room. So that is your list of comedy shows coming up this week that I'm excited about. This is my birthday week. I planned and booked the comedians accordingly to hopefully get you guys to come out and experience some live comedy and celebrate my birthday, because I'm going to be giving away free hugs. And I will just give so much love and appreciation to anybody that comes out and supports any one of these shows. Because to be honest, I haven't seen a lot of my friends in a long time, and I do miss them. I do miss them. I don't know where they went. I don't know how to get them to come out. And if I'm ever going to go to therapy, it's going to be to help cope with not seeing my friends come out to my comedy shows. I've been told by multiple people that, hey Joe, that's a good thing. You still have really good turnouts at all your shows. Granted, most of them aren't your friends, but that's the way it works. You start out, your friends support you, they rally around you in the beginning, and then once you break free and start getting a different crowd and getting more people out, your friends will dwindle off, and then you won't see them as much. It's part of the process. Well, what I have to say about that is fuck the process, okay? Because this is Bremerton, all right? You're on a peninsula, almost an island. There's only so much you can do. And in my opinion, sure, I'm biased. I'm gonna tell you, live comedy events in Kitsap are awesome. And I don't think they should be missed. And there's one guy I want to give a shout out to. His name is Steve Scott. He is the #2 comedy in Kitsap fan in the world. And the only reason why he's #2 is because my beautiful soulmate, partner, lover, Lori Seabaugh, is #1, obviously, because she has my back on everything, and she's been the #1 supporter of comedy in Kitsap. Without her, it wouldn't be possible. So, #2, Steve Scott. He's come out to almost every single one of these shows, and he has enjoyed himself. And he's been coming out for more than a year now to every single one of these comedy and Kitsap events. Think about that. In the last 3 years, I've done probably around 400 comedy events in the last 3 years. And if you think about like how many that is in just the last year, and he's still coming out and he's still having a good time, I think personally, to me, that says a lot about him and also the comedians that we have coming out, because I get it. Some people have told me they don't come out because they feel like it's the same comedians every time. And it's like, well, it's kind of not the same comedians every time. You do sometimes see local comics on multiple occasions, because it's hard to get people to come from Seattle, Tacoma, and other parts of the United States to Bremerton. It's a long trip. So sure, maybe we'll just get a headliner. We'll get some local comedians to fill the rest of the time. But those local comedians, they've been growing. They've been killing it. They've been getting booked on other shit. And the reason why is because they've been working on their craft. And we've been putting them up. And they've been busting their ass. And if you can't appreciate seeing that, and seeing the growth that these comedians go through and the work that they put in, I guess that's, I don't know. I guess that's your loss if you don't want to see that. Because Steve Scott, he's seen it. He's seen some of these people start out for their very first time and then flourish into these really good comedians. And I think that's really neat that he's been coming out to every single one of the shows and supporting in the way that he has. So yeah, I mean, sure, you might see the same comedians from time to time, but I do my best to try to book a variety and a wide range of genres and styles and be as diverse as I possibly can in all aspects of comedy, while also maintaining that I want the comedians that I think are going to be funny in Bremerton. Who do I think is going to crush in Bremerton? And then I book you. It's that simple. All right, so we went over the shows. We went over some of my official HR complaints. It's my birthday, so I feel like this is the only time I get to do this. So far, no one's taken me up on my offer to Venmo a small cash donation for my birthday to be roasted or complimented. The roasting and the complimenting has been something we've been doing after the shows when we take the tip jar around, because most of the shows that we do are cover free. And they put a tip in the tip jar, and we give them an option to be complimented or roasted. And some of them choose roasted. Most of them choose roasted. And we have a really good time. We do it in good fun, right? Because we don't want to roast them too bad. We don't want to get too personal and say too mean things, because then they might not come back to our shows again. So, obviously, we roast them gently. And they put a tip in the tip jar and they support us. So, yeah. I was hoping that would translate well on the live stream. But it's okay. No one wants to play my silly little games. Thank you guys very much for supporting live comedy and supporting comedy in Kitsap and what we do out here. And I hope to see you tonight at Remedy Speakeasy at 8 p.m. Tomorrow, Thursday, at Eden Nightclub at 8 p.m. Doors at 7:30 for the live comedy show there. Friday, 7 p.m., Dog Days live comedy show with Alex Elkin. And Saturday, Daily Reggae Cafe at 7 p.m. with Jess Everett. And if you can't make that, come on out to Port Angeles for the Dope Show at 7:30 at the Meta Room. So, yeah. That's what we have coming up this week for my birthday week. I hope that I have done whatever I can to let you know that these things are going on. Uploading on Facebook, paying way too much for an ad that got no fucking traction. Doing a live stream that obviously is being interrupted by my neighbor building something, and also averaging 1 viewer. So, yeah. Thank you. Love you. Have a good night. I hope you enjoy your beautiful week that we have lined up weather-wise. It's going to be the last nice week of the year, so I hope you plan accordingly. Go to the lake, go to the river, catch some salmon, whatever the fuck it is you do.